Hi Stampin' Friends, I'm Pam Cullen from 3 Mile Pond Girl Creates, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Augusta, Maine. And today I'm going to show you how I created this card using the Splendid Day Designer Series paper, which is very pretty paper. It's foil and botanicals on one side, and then it has these soft coordinating prints on the other side. And I thought that it made a really pretty card, really showy card without much of anything except for the paper stealing the show here actually, and I love that when the paper can do most of the work for you. So that's the paper, and then for the sentiment I use this charming sentiment stamp set, which has 17 different sentiments, which I love a set that is all sentiments because I always need something. And I love the fonts on these, and it has your happy birthday and your thank you and like wishing you everything wonderful and good luck. It's just a really great stamp set with really cool fonts, I think. And to add to that, this comes with coordinating dies called the Sentiment Silhouette dies, and all of these dies cut out every one of the sentiments in the stamp set. So this is really great, and you have two sides. So I'm going to try to flip this over without losing anything. So that cuts out all the sentiments, and then you have some coordinating dies like the hearts and the stars and flowers and candles to add more embellishments to your card. And so this has 30 dies and 17 stamps. So as a bundle you save 10% on this, and this is one of the first things I got when the new annual catalog came out because I just loved it. So we're gonna use the Beyond Grateful stamp for that, and then I've already gone ahead and cut this out, and as you can see, you just line those up and run that through your cut and emboss machine, and you get this beautiful sentiment all cut out for you. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you how I did the rest of this, and we're going to get going. But first, let me show you what we're going to use for pieces for this card. Oh, and let me show you the other dies. I'm sorry. The other dies I used to cut this are from the Stylish Shapes dies, and this is another one. This is a standalone. It just comes as the dies, and it's got all of your squares, your circles, and then your banner dies, which this is really great. I love all these banners and the different sizes of them. And so this is another great die set that's in the annual catalog. So I used the squares, and we just positioned them differently to make them look like diamonds, and I'll show you how we do that. So now let me show you the pieces that we're going to be using to make this card. I'm going to change it up this time, and instead of using the soft sea foam for our card base, I'm going to go ahead and use a pool party card base that's 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have that piece of soft sea foam coordinating color that's 5 1/4 by 4. Then our really pretty focal piece that is 4 1/4 by 3. And then we have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 that's going to go on the inside of our card. And then we would just need a scrap of basic white for our stamping and die cutting of our sentiment. And I'm also going to, for this card, we're also going to put together a envelope, and I'm going to use some of that really pretty paper. I'm actually going to use this side, but you could use either one that you want to. I'm just not sure how this would hold up going through the mail, so I think that I'm going to use this side. I think this is a really pretty color, and I'm going to I'll show you how to put that envelope together as well. So let's get started here. Let me show you how I made these diamond shapes. So what I did was, like I said, I used those Stylish Shapes, and I used these two squares, and so you could run them together, but I didn't. So I ran this through my cut and emboss machine, and I cut out this square first using the largest of those square dies, and then I ran it through again using the next size up, and I used a little piece of, I got this a long time ago somewhere, and I don't even remember where, but it's Post-it note tape, and it's really great because it's not real sticky, but it will hold your die in place while you're cutting, so you can kind of keep that lined up, and especially when you're using foils, they're kind of slippery anyway, so this will help you hold that piece in place. So I did that to run them through, and so this is basically what I got when I got done. So I had this piece as the frame, and then this piece as the coordinating piece. And so I thought, I liked this, and so I started out with this, and then I thought, needs a little something else. And so then I thought, well, what if we put this in the middle? So that was kind of my thought process behind this, and I really like the way it turned out. And the gray granite is one of the other coordinating colors with this paper, so that's why I stamped the sentiment in that piece. So and it's also, I hate to waste paper, especially when it's pretty paper like this, so I was really glad to be able to use all of the pieces of the paper to put this card together. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I put this together. So some of this, like these first two pieces, we're just going to go ahead and glue all of these pieces. Well, I guess I did put this up on dimensional, so we're going to go ahead and just glue our piece with the soft sea foam right to our card base. Let's move this one out of the way. And I don't think this paper is really directional, so I don't think it matters which way you put it on. So you're just going to center that top and bottom and side to side. And then we'll go ahead and take some dimensionals. And I don't know how this has happened, but I've run out of my regular size dimensionals, so I've been cutting, which this works too. And so I've been cutting all these pieces of my dimensionals, because you don't ever want to waste any of these. They're so precious, and you use so many of them that be sure that you use up your whole, even the corners. So I'm just gonna stick these on to puff that up a little bit. Maybe we'll do one more on that side. So they are on my next order to go in, is to get some dimensionals, because I usually on every order have them just for this reason, so that I don't run out. So we're just going to puff this up just to give it a little bit more interest on the front. And so again, we're going to just try to center this on our card like that. So then we have our little diamond pieces here. I'm going to go ahead, glue those on. I just kind of tried to line them up on this piece, top and bottom, and it's okay if they don't meet up exactly, or they can. So we're just going to glue one on the top. And you want to try to be careful. A lot of times with foil, I use one of the tape runners, because if you get glue on the foil, it really shows. So if you're not using that, you want to be really careful with your glue, not to use very much, and to be sure that it dries, because it takes a minute on this slippery surface to get your glue to. But the nice part is that you can, whoops, not that far. The nice part is that you can move your things around until you're happy with where it goes on the card. Just going to line those up like that. There, I think that looks there. And then we will take our outline piece, and we're going to go ahead and just put glue on the outside edges of that. And then what I did was I just kind of centered that in the middle of these two pieces. Just give that a minute to stick down. See how pretty that is? And it goes together really quickly. So then I've already gone ahead and cut out our sentiment piece, the Beyond Grateful, and that I also popped up onto dimensionals. I think I might be able to get away with one piece in the middle here. I'm just going to put one piece in the middle, and we'll center that on our card. I like to just see where I want it before I push that down all the way. Just kind of trying, what I'm trying to do is kind of line it up between these pieces on my it's not cooperating here. Yeah, let's see. Let's pull it up above there. There. I think that looks good. All right. Then we're just going to go ahead and and you can put another sentiment on your inside piece. I'm just going to leave mine blank now because I'm not sure who I'm going to send that to or what I want my sentiment to say on the inside. So for the moment, I'm just going to put that blank 5 1/4 by 4 piece of white on the inside. And you could also add some more of that paper, like a strip of that paper on the inside of this, and it would be really pretty too to do that. See how quick, look how pretty that card is, and it came together really quickly. So now we're just going to go ahead and take our envelope, and our piece of 3x6 paper. We're just going to glue the flap. Want to glue good like around the edges so that the paper sticks down well. And then you just go ahead and line this up. My head's not in there. I'm going to go ahead and line this up on that flap, like so. And then you just take your snips and you go ahead and trim around. That, and then you have this really pretty coordinating envelope that goes with your card. So there we are. There's our project, and that didn't take us long at all, and I think that's a very pretty card. So you'll have to let me know in the comments which color card base you like better. I feel like this one makes it pop a little bit and you get a little more contrast, but you may like this one better. And so let me know. And if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. You can hit the subscribe button right below this video, and if you click that little bell, you'll get a notification every time I do a new video. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. So if you have any questions about that or are interested in catalogs or more information, all of my contact information will be below this or over on my blog at 3 Mile Pond Girl Creates. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel today, and I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.